What's going on, folks? We're back and we got the whole gang with us this time. Yeah. Two,
Like
pe- two people.
fucking shit fucking 2 days, last 2 days in this fucking house.
Whee!
Anybody want a fucking 4-year-old? You can fucking have her.
Ronnie, if you watch this, Bryce Brexton and Brooklyn will have somebody else to play with soon. If she fits in the next box you send.
It's not a joke.
It's still funny.
Yeah. But yeah, we're back and we're here to talk Super Bowl and Tom Brady's next team since he announced his retirement.
I did.
Going to the Packers.
It'll be QB2 while Aaron Rodgers is still QB1.
But Aaron Rodgers will get traded for a couple of first-round picks.
Just for Devontae Adams.
So, I was fucking around last night. You know that PFF mock draft that we did last year?
Yeah.
So I put out there, I put Aaron Rodgers, trading Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders for Devontae Adams. Wait for it. A first round, a second round, another first round, and a third round pick. They accepted it.
Damn, for one guy? Shit.
Just goes to show you what people think of fucking Aaron Rodgers as a player. In no way, shape, or form would anybody, and of course, I mean, that's not, nobody's worth that.
Mm.
The funny thing is, people keep saying, what is Aaron Rodgers worth? What is Aaron Rodgers worth? And I don't know if you've been seeing it, but Tim has. We talked a little bit about it last week. I'm like, people are like a first rounder and DK Metcalf for Aaron Rodgers and another first round draft pick. And I'm like, no.
It's not enough.
Not enough. You want to know why? Because the Packers wouldn't be able to do it. The thing is, they need somebody to take on his salary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that salary.
Nobody will do it. That's why I keep saying no. Everybody's like, what do you mean? Nobody will take on his salary, so stop offering it. The only way that they'll do it is if he takes a pay cut.
Or if they renegotiate the salary.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not. I think he was the highest paid player for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Because every time he would sign a deal, somebody else would become the highest paid player. Like when he signed his, I can't remember which deal it was. The very next fucking day, Joe Flacco became the highest paid player in football.
Yeah, and that's how it usually goes with these salaries.
So Aaron Rodgers, again, the two-time MVP, wasn't
Super Bowl winner.
And Super Bowl winner, I think it was at the time. They didn't offer him. I'm like, not, and everybody wonders why he wanted to be. He carried the NFL. Him and Tom Brady carried the NFL for many, many years. If it wasn't for them two, I don't know how popular the NFL would be.
I just want to know why his salary is so open. Like, why do we know that X player has more making more money than X player?
What now?
Like,
because the contracts are
Public.
Well, they have to be public.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know it had to be public. Oh.
Especially with the Packers because they're a publicly traded team, correct?
Correct.
Packers are a publicly traded team, yes.
So here I want to talk about this. I want to have fun on this show. I really do. I'm going to make fun of Tom Brady. We'll get into that in a minute.
Well, that's always easy.
We'll recap the games on what I saw this past week too. But I just want to say this: everybody thinks that the Packers can just go out and fucking sign this guy, or sign this guy, or sign this guy, or sign this guy. People have to remember it's a small market team and it's a publicly traded company.
Mm-hmm.
They don't receive like these billionaires. It's not run by a billionaire like Jerry Jones or Robert Kraft or
I get what you're saying.
the Murphys or
Or
you
the
know
Maras.
the McNairs. All the other teams are run by billionaires. They can afford to pay these players to do this.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers can't. They rely on their stock.
Mm-hmm.
When you go look at their stock, I don't know how much they are worth right now. But being net worth and being able to pay people
Two
are
completely
two
different
different
things.
fucking things, man. You can't just say, "Oh, we need to go out and get this guy, this guy." That's why Green Bay struggles under the salary cap all the time because that's all they have. So for people to sit here and say, "Well, they can do this, they can do this," they're the most popular franchise in the NFL. Okay, but they're a publicly traded company, so they can't just go out and spend money. It's based on their profits and what they make in the NFL.
Yeah, but it's in the same argument. It's not like they're a poverty-stricken team, though, either.
They are a poverty again, Tim. Yes, they are.
Comparatively speaking, yes. I'm
Who?
saying no. Compared to the other NFL teams, yes, they are.
Okay, that's
I'm
that's my
saying
point. They can't go
okay,
out. They don't have a billionaire running the company, running the team.
yeah, okay, yeah. That you can say yes, but they are also entitled to all the profit sharing that all the other or the revenue sharing
Right.
that
Yeah, but that goes
part of the
towards your.
NFL pool.
But again,
That doesn't go towards salary.
not all of it.
That's what I say. It doesn't.
You get these little incentives that players get that like the miscellaneous bonuses and shit that are thrown in
Uh,
there. The
Pro
Dan
Bowl,
Snyders
Pro
and the
Bowl guy.
Robert. The Packers can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do, it hits their salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As of right now, today, you can buy a share of Green Bay Packers stock for $250
Okay.
per share.
Okay. How much are they worth right now? How much are the Packers worth?
4.25 billion US
Mm-hmm.
dollars.
That's not worth. How much
That's
profit?
franchise value.
That's value. So if somebody was to buy the Packers, it cost them $4.25 billion to buy the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Looking. Okay. The Packers reported a record $579 million in revenue, which concluded at the end of March. The team reported profit of only $77.7 million. But look at the Dallas Cowboys. Tell me how much they made.
They're one of the top.
The thing is, here's the difference. Jerry Jones he owns the Cowboys and other businesses, so he can lump that all into one thing. And he's a billionaire, so he has the money to fork out to fucking players. All of this bonus shit that a lot of owners do. That's how they get away with it. That's why the Packers are struggle so much. Everybody's like, "Oh, we need to sign this guy. We need to sign this guy. We need to sign this guy." Fuck, man.
Well, that's fans in general.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they don't understand that the Green Bay Packers just can't. That's why they never go out in free agency, ever, because they can't.
Mm-hmm.
And and this is where the salary cap, revenue sharing, which is equal amongst all the teams, which is the right thing to do, until they get these players that can get these, and the owners will never buy onto it because they want to be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're never gonna say, "Well, I'm not gonna fork out. I should be able to fork out my own fucking money." This is the problem with baseball. That's the problem with baseball. You shouldn't be able to fork out your own money. That's the salary. In my eyes, that's what the salary cap is built for, is to have those guys that cannot. The salary cap is there for the small market teams to be competitive.
Yeah.
Yes, the Green
That's
Bay Packers are very competitive, but they're over the salary cap every year because they can't pay these bonuses.
Mhm.
So they have to get under the salary cap or they get in
And they
trouble.
defer it to the following year.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my issue. Everybody's sitting here, well, they need to go out and get this player. How are they going to go out and get this player if they can't afford it? Unless Aaron Rodgers takes a salary cut, which he's going to have to. He's even said that he knows he has to move his salary back to the left
Yeah, yes.
because
Probably
even
extend the salary.
even to get fucking traded, he's going to have to move his salary to the left because nobody's going to want to take on a $50 million,
No one wants to take on that that
$59
hit.
million, 39 or $50 million, 39-year-old quarterback.
Nope, they don't want to take that hit.
Not that I don't think he deserves it. It's just nobody's going to do that.
Nobody's desperate enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's the only really serious thing that I wanted to talk about was with Aaron Rodgers. People need to shut the fuck up. They're never going to trade him, but they're going to trade him. But he's going to have to move his salary to the left quite a bit.
Yeah, they're gonna have to adjust. Someone's gonna have to adjust the salary.
And you're going to have to give up quite a bit to get him.
Yep.
Because he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the fucking league. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's a quarterback-driven league.
If I can go out and trade the Raiders for Devontae Adams, who's probably the best receiver in the league, 2 first-round picks, a second and a third, I'm pretty sure he's worth something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only really serious thing I want to talk about. Now let's talk about Tom Brady.
And
So
Alfred, to answer your question, yes, it is real. He went out on social media himself and said he is retiring.
So
Yeah.
is it permanent? I don't know if everybody's seen what I put out in there in the chat. I said I'll see it when I believe. I'll believe it when I see it. I really don't know if he will. He's a very competitive man, but
After the last season, I think he's ready to give it up.
In all reality, I think he's going to end up with New England.
So he's retiring as a Buccaneer.
Nope. You know who he's going to go to? Philadelphia.
If he goes back to New England, it'll be one of those one-day contracts, probably retire.
Mean, if he comes to Philly, then that means they getting rid of Gardner Minshew, and Tom Brady will be quarterback number 2. Not one.
No.
They would dump Hurts for him.
They'd dump Hurts for him. I'm telling you, they would.
They would dump Hurts. You might not agree with it, but they dump.
Stupid.
Yes,
I agree. But you know what?
Not disagreeing with you on
I will tell you this right now.
What you would tell me?
I think no. I'm trying to think of a team that would dump a pretty good quarterback. Jalen Hurts being one of them.
Jacksonville might.
No, I don't think Jacksonville would.
I don't know. Is Tony Khan involved?
Deshaun Watson. Cleveland would dump Deshaun Watson in a heartbeat.
Yes, because of all the
controversy.
All the extra baggage involved with
San Francisco would dump Trey Lance and Brock Purdy just to get fucking Tom Brady.
Well, honestly, they need a quarterback anyway. So
Well, they really don't need a quarterback because they got to the NFC Championship without actually having a decent quarterback.
And that we'll circle back onto that because during that game brought something up that there's an old rule that the NFL should reinstitute.
I do.
I feel you probably know what the rule is, JP.
I'm
Rayshon
going
probably doesn't
through.
know the rule.
That's one thing I do want to talk about. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Yep.
Let me see. Russell Wilson.
Oh God, yes. Broncos would dump
Oh
him
yeah,
now.
Broncos.
I guarantee it. They would dump Russell Wilson, even though they paid him $245 million to get.
And basically traded
Tom
away
Tom
their
Brady
entire
and now
draft
Sean
class for
Payton
the next
too.
3 years.
Arizona would dump Kyler Murray.
Yep.
I mean, anybody would. Kyler Murray is a bad investment.
No, he's not.
Not just that, but
I
Brady
don't
would
think
also
he's
get
all
to pick
that
his head
good.
coach.
If he okay, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because Kyler Murray is better than Jalen Hurts.
Oh, you bugging?
No, I'm not.
I don't think he's that good
I
at
can
all.
tell you he is. I'm telling you.
No.
I've watched both of them play very thoroughly throughout their college career. And I can honestly and truthfully tell you Kyler Murray is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Is Jalen Hurts a bad quarterback? No. He's not as good as Kyler Murray is.
Jalen
Why?
Hurts has better weapons around him.
That is one thing. Although he does have good weapons around him.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's problem was the coaching staff, and they fixed that.
And he's a midget.
So is Jalen Hurts, though. He's not that big.
Well, Kyler
Kyler
Murray's other
Murray.
problem is
By 2 inches.
he wants to play Call of Duty all the time.
What? What is this Call of Duty thing with Kyler Murray? Is that like?
He did a few advertisements for it and then put out on his Twitter that he's now playing Call of Duty and wants to do Modern Warfare with people. So
Oh God.
When they put a clause in his contract, it was pulled out afterwards that he had to have supervised video study.
He has a bonus in his contract.
There's a bonus, but there was a clause in his contract also.
That's. Let me finish. The bonus is that clause. He will not get that if he does not do the study time.
The game film study, yeah.
Yep.
But no, originally there was a clause where he actually had to be supervised for it, but the players union fought that part of it.
Yes, and that's part of that bonus. He doesn't get that.
Yeah. I just found it funny that they had to put that in.
I think they should do it to every fucking player.
Yeah, but a lot of these players don't need to be told to do it. They do it anyways.
I personally think that this includes Aaron Rodgers. They need to show up for and take a few snaps in the preseason.
Yeah, they should. I don't care how long you've been playing. You still need a few, like, a half or a quarter of a game just to get yourself back into game speed, almost.
Tom Brady said that the last time he retired. He said, I'm done.
Yeah. Again,
He said, I'm done. He said, I'm done playing football. I'm like, all right.
Didn't he lose his wife for football?
Mm-hmm.
I got divorced for this shit.
No. That's
after they lost to the Steelers.
That's not true.
It was a meme. There was a meme going about.
There was a meme going around. Them two were having marital troubles from the get.
Yeah, they were having marital troubles going all the way back to his last season in New England.
Right.
God damn.
that's because she wanted to go back to work, but with him doing football, she couldn't. So.
And not just that, but she didn't like it in New England because it was cold up here.
Where's she from originally?
Brazil.
Germany or something?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Is it hot in Brazil? It's like
Or
Yes.
Argentina. One or the other.
who wants to be under the sun all fucking day anyway?
Zelbuchin?
She's a Victoria's Secret model. She has to be under the sun all fucking day.
Either that or under a tanning booth.
That's the end of the second period.
I don't even know Victoria's
She
Secret.
was born in Rio de Janeiro.
Brazil.
She's Portuguese.
Yeah, they speak Portuguese in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And I know why, and I'm not even getting into that one.
But did she speak Portuguese?
I know why they speak Portuguese in Brazil, yet the rest of South America speaks Spanish.
Okay.
Was it conquered by Portugal?
No,
Portuguese?
there was an argument in when the New World was being discovered, where the Portugal and Spain each wanted part of South America. Catholic Church split it down the middle, and Brazil went to Portugal. Everything else went to Spain. That's how they ended up speaking Portuguese and Spanish down in South America. I am full of useless facts.
Yeah, you have it, guys.
But anyway,
Ronnie, there's a history lesson for the children. Just take
So-
care of that.
Yep, I am always willing to do history.
so Tom Brady will end up in Carolina. So
That's actually not a bad option.
no, he'll want to go to a Super Bowl contender, and Carolina is not a Super Bowl contender, not yet.
No,
You probably
if
go
I
with
had
Dallas.
to take a serious
Get rid of
guess,
that.
Vegas.
They are the ones in most need for a quarterback right now.
Well, that's where I probably think Aaron Rodgers will be traded to.
It's either Aaron Rodgers or Brady or Tom Brady will be. If Rodgers is traded, he'll probably go to Vegas. If Brady does pull this retire,
Losing how it's
unretire
playing.
bullshit,
Retiring.
it'll probably be. I like Vegas, or on the NFC side, I'd like San Francisco. He's from San Fran. That's why I like San Francisco.
I could see him
And
going to
both
San
teams
Francisco.
have bona fide number one receivers.
San Francisco doesn't have a bona fide number one receiver. No.
San Fran?
No.
No, but they do have the tight end, which is a big thing for him. He has a tight end who can go down the seam. He has good work.
I think every NFL team has a tight end that can do what George Kittle can do. I don't buy the fact. I don't take a lot of stock in tight ends. I really don't.
What, you didn't like Gronk?
Gronk was overrated.
The biggest problem was I was of the mindset that his size worked against him. He kept on called for offensive pass interference when you would see similar plays on the other side where they wouldn't call it and it'd be the same amount of contact. I felt, but that's my.
I will tell you this right now. I think Travis Kelce is 10 times better than George Kittle is.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think he's better. Yes, 10 times.
10 times better.
I think he is better.
10 times better. Travis Kelce is 6'5". Travis Kelce is 6'5", almost 270 pounds, and can run almost a 4.40. The guy is like a wide receiver in a tight end's body.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to fucking push off because he's so fucking good at running fucking routes.
The problem is everyone pushes off yet.
I don't
It's
very
only
seldom. Very, very. I see George Kittle push off all the time. Very seldom do I see Travis Kelce have to do that. He's open.
Have to do it. We'll get into that game anyways when we get
to
it. I have a.
I actually, you know what? I don't think there was anything wrong with the refereeing this past weekend. Nothing.
I have the We'll get into it when we get to it.
We're about to get into it. So,
Are we going to the first game of Bengals and Eagles?
nope. Well, it was the Eagles and the 49ers
San
was the first
Francisco.
game. I watched some of the game. I didn't see any. I mean, I watched it. I didn't see any problem with anything that anybody did in this game. They caught San Francisco
San
holding.
Francisco. Yeah, San
Yeah.
Francisco was getting mad aggressive though. It was like they was out to
Well,
hurt
you want to know
Eagles.
why San Francisco was doing what they were doing? They were frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were frustrated. Now, this game brought up a rule I think that they should bring back, and it's a rule that used to be in the NFL where you could have a third quarterback dressed, and the only way that quarterback could play is if your first and second were done and out of the game and could not return to the game.
Okay,
Which, honestly, that's where Purdy got fucking screwed.
Yes.
He actually
He
came.
went out injured and had to come back in injured.
Yeah, he came back in injured
Okay,
because they didn't have a quarterback. If
Have
Oh,
another
no.
stand up.
they did. They just didn't want to use him because they'd rather use him as a running back. Christian McCaffrey was the backup.
Yeah,
But-
he played
he played a few, but you shouldn't
Yeah.
have a player who has already been injured going out having to come back injured.
Well, look, Tim, let me say something.
Here's the problem with
They-
that. Go ahead, Rachel.
Speaking of a different sport in wrestling, Cody Rhodes worked injured. A lot of wrestlers work injured. First,
Yes.
In fact, they get injured and finish the match.
Yes,
Sometimes,
I
not all the time.
realize that. But I'm going over to hockey. Hockey has a rule where if your two goaltenders go down, you can actually pull someone out of the stands, suit them up, and they can go in and be a goaltender. They actually have a rule for that. I'm watching hockey right now. That's why it came up.
I think that personally, I disagree with you. Here's why. It's up to the team. It should not be up to the NFL. And this is why they took that rule out.
Yeah. A lot of teams don't want to run.
Personally, here's what I think they should do. Expand the rosters past 53.
Yeah. It should be a 58-man roster, I feel.
I know. I think it should be every team has a backup to a backup.
Yeah. All right. 60 then, just to make an even number. I can't figure out where they get 53.
Well,
Oh,
Don't money comes involved with that now?
see, that's the problem. The salary cap has hindered that because that
Well, the last
what
2
is
years.
the highest paid position in the NFL is what?
Quarterback, isn't it?
Say a quarterback,
quarterback, wide receiver,
wide receivers, yeah.
cornerback.
I don't care. I just said what the highest one is. So it's the quarterback. You're gonna bring in. So let's say Brock Purdy gets hurt, Josh Johnson gets hurt, Jimmy Garoppolo's hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trey Lance
Yeah.
is hurt.
You're thinking,
And all their money still hits the salary cap.
Yeah.
Because they are signed and paid
When they play.
whether they
Yeah,
play or not,
JP,
they're
you're
still
thinking-
paid. There's
you're thinking
prorated.
top-end wide receivers.
It's prorated.
I mean, top-end quarterbacks. Your backups and your third-string quarterbacks tend to be paid middling to lower end of the spectrum.
I actually read up on that, and that is not true. They have to be paid a minimum.
Yeah, it's a league
There's
minimum.
two different minimums, though.
Mm.
There's a veteran minimum
And then a league minimum.
and then a league minimum.
Yeah.
Veteran minimum this year is $1.04 million or $35 million.
Yeah, it was right around there. I heard it say
It is. That's what it
1.15.
is. $1,035,000
Yeah.
is the minimum veteran salary. What it is, I think it's 1,005,000
So
is
1.5
the
or
minimum.
1.005. I can't remember.
Yes, 1,005,000 is the league minimum.
Yeah.
Now there is a rookie minimum, which
Yeah, rookie
is this
min is
year.
it's below a million.
No, it's not a million. It's 870,000.
I said below a million.
Yes, 780,000.
Yeah, sounds about right.
The problem is that they need to expand the rosters, but then again, they're going to have to do something with the salary cap.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you
They're
something.
going to have to expand it
And they already set the salary cap for next year.
for 224 million.
Which is
Yeah.
up from what it was, but it has
It
been
goes up.
because of COVID.
It goes up every
Yeah.
year. It goes up every
It
They've
usually does,
lessened
yeah.
it the last 2 years because of COVID.
So it was 18. It was 18 million less than what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah. There's always a league projection, and then there's what actually is set. Did I put those in?
They need to expand, and it's still. I think it should be up to the players whether or not they have a backup to the backup.
Yeah.
If you don't, you better make sure that you have somebody that knows
The position.
Yeah.
enough of it where they know and dumb it down for them so that they know, hey, this guy's running this route, this guy's running this route,
Yeah.
this is your guy, this is your lead in. The center, this is why the center's job is so important. The center should know what everybody on that offensive line is fucking doing.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah,
you look at the best centers in the fucking league. I'll put Philadelphia center in there. Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's one of the best. He's the one that sets up if something needs to be changed with the offense. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's Kelsey.
Oh. And the center usually anchors the entire offensive line, too.
He is the quarterback of the offensive line.
Yes. That's why centers, and I think it's right tackles, are usually the higher paid of the offensive line guys. I think it's right tackles. I could be wrong on that.
I've seen college football teams run out of fucking quarterbacks.
Yep.
They are a lot of 100 players on the team.
Yep.
Don't they have a practice squad?
And
that's
yes,
where
but
their
on game
backup
day, you
came
can't
from.
use the practice squad guys.
You can use a practice squad guy, but you can't use them. You can't bring them in for that game. Then you have to sit somebody.
Yeah.
You have to have a minimum of 53 on your roster. No, that's wrong. Incorrect.
That's the maximum on your roster.
That's the most you can have on your roster.
Yes.
The minimum you can have on your roster is 46.
Yep.
So if you can bring in the practice squad quarterback, but you have to sit somebody.
Yep.
And most likely it's probably your low end special teams guy, which is what I would do.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know why they have a kicker and a punter. Why don't you have both? Why don't you have one kicker who
Justin Tucker did it for a while there.
And
most
Belichick
kickers
for years
most kickers are punters. Most punters are kickers.
And that's part of the reason why Belichick let Adam Vinatieri go was because he only did field goals. He wouldn't do kickoffs.
Because they had a punter.
But that Vinatieri would only do. I'm just saying, Belichick wanted someone who would do kickoffs and field goals.
They had a punter that could do
I'm talking years ago.
that. I understand that, but they had a punter that could do that. Vinatieri kicked off. Kicked off in Super Bowl
No, he didn't
31.
actually.
Kicked off in Super Bowl. He was a kickoff guy in Super Bowl 31.
Okay. I don't remember him kicking off, but hey, that's me.
I mean, they have kickers. They have punters. If you can't do both, I mean, a specialized punter is better than having a kicker who can't punt. But,
Yeah.
and I can vouch. It is pretty hard to punt. It's not easy, especially when people are running at you.
That's usually the hard part about it is all.
But back to the NFC Championship game.
There was some.
Sorry.
49ers got exposed for what they. I really don't think it would have mattered who played against San Francisco. They were getting beat.
Yeah.
There was a referee call. Well, they didn't call it. The first touchdown on
prior
Eagles,
to that, the Devontae Smith catch down the sidelines.
correct.
That wasn't a catch.
Well,
He landed out of bounds.
But he got up and played it off so well.
Okay, but that right there was it was too difficult to overturn.
Well, not just that, but that's on San Francisco to challenge.
It is. That's the problem.
On San Fran to challenge.
Now they have that expedient challenge thing.
Yes.
Because that was
and I'm of the mindset it was not a catch.
So the thing is,
I'm of the mindset it wasn't a catch.
Hold on. Let me finish. That catch just tells me, because they've got that expedient review thing
that they've been touting all year.
They could not. This tells me they could not find an angle that would allow them to turn it over
quickly enough.
Correct. So the Eagles got away with it. So
yeah. I'm of the mindset it wasn't.
I don't think that play made a difference in the game at all.
No, I don't think it did either.
Holding call. Now, are you talking about holding call?
Me or Rayshon?
Rayshon.
No, okay. I was talking about that call.
That call?
They also, I was talking about the call that the ref missed, and also I don't believe that.
Wait. What call?
What the Devontae Smith call?
That one, it was a catch.
Yeah, they rule as a catch.
Look at that rule. You can catch it. The ball can hit the ground. This is why I think it was considered a catch, and they couldn't overturn it, because how can you tell if the ball moved?
I realize that. I'm just telling you, I'm of the mindset it wasn't a catch. But that's on San Fran to challenge it.
Okay, so you're of the mindset. Got it. Now, if you were reffing that game, now this is a question for you.
In the heat of the moment?
In your mind is, so you're telling me your mind is already set that that's an incomplete pass.
No, I'm saying from watching it where I was, I felt it was an incomplete pass. However, in the heat of the moment in the game, I'm calling that a catch.
So let's do this.
Yeah.
The 49ers challenge it.
Yes.
Do you have enough evidence to overturn that call?
I do.
How?
I have enough evidence.
How? You don't see the ball move.
I had the ball moving, but that's...
I didn't. And I've watched that play over and over and over again.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, everyone's going to see it differently.
I
have seen so many people complain about that call online. It's not even fun.
Here's the thing with the referees. This is questions that they need to answer.
Yes, I've been saying this. Not just me. We've been saying this all year. They need to start answering for the calls that they make.
Now I don't disagree.
Have some league representative come out and say, "Oh well, this was missed or that was missed." Or,
but I don't disagree with what that catch at all. That wasn't a missed call in my eyes. You don't have enough evidence to overturn that call. You don't.
Wasn't his left foot outside?
His okay. I know what Ray Sean's talking about. No, his elbow hit the ground. Anytime your elbow hits the ground and your leg hits the ground, which one of his legs, before his leg landed out of bounds, one of his legs was inbounds. That's considered 2 feet. So it would have
Yeah.
been a complete catch.
Toes are it's two toes or basically another full body part.
Correct.
I didn't know that. I thought
Extremity.
2 feet has to be in the.
Extremity though, either leg or arm. You can't like land with half your chest inbounds, half your chest out of bounds, and that be in the half chest inbounds be considered fully inbounds.
So I do want to say this. However, if he hit the ground and nobody touches him and he fumbles, it is considered a fumble because nobody touched him.
Yep.
Yes, the ground can cause a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's only if you're touched.
Yep.
Just want to point that out before anybody gets confused.
Uh,
But the Eagles dominated that game.
yeah.
They destroyed
It
it.
wasn't even close, and I don't care if Brock Purdy even would have played healthy. I still think the score would have been the same.
Sanford might have gotten one more touchdown out of it. Might have gotten one more touchdown.
I don't think they.
I don't think so.
Maybe that's it.
I
Barely
think.
a field goal.
I think they made Brock Purdy look like a rookie on that first drive, and yes, he got hurt, but here's how you beat him: you blitz the ever loving fucking shit out, which is what they did. And they didn't have to blitz anymore.
Nope.
So they just
breaking
4-man rush.
Yeah.
Because Josh Johnson was not good.
He's been on more than half the NFL teams in the league.
So the final score of that was 38-7, I think.
31-7.
31-7. And then the AFC Championship game,
Bengals at the Chiefs,
was a good game. I didn't see any problem with any of the calls on the field.
There was one that a lot of people have a lot of problems with.
Let me finish. It was a well-played game. It went about how I thought it was going to go, but I knew Kansas City was going to win.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead so I can tell you you're wrong. Go ahead, Tim.
There was one call a lot of people had a problem with.
Which one is that?
The call that basically put Kansas City in field goal range to end the game.
Are you talking about the roughing the passer?
It wasn't roughing the passer.
The late hit?
Late hit out of bounds.
That was a late hit out of bounds.
Yes.
He pushed him. You can't.
I realize that. But you want to know what?
I don't care.
Patrick Mahomes sold that call. I don't care what you say. He sold that where he goes flying like he was shot out of a cannon.
He did a LeBron James?
Yes, he did.
I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. He still got pushed. He still got pushed pretty fucking hard. He still got pushed pretty. He was hit.
Everybody hold you.
But for the amount
doesn't fucking matter.
But here's my problem. There's no need for him to sell that much for a call. He is going to get calls. We see it every season where superstars get these calls.
I think everybody gets that call.
That Aaron Rodgers doesn't get calls. He gets calls.
I disagree with you, Tim.
You may not like it. I don't care.
I disagree. I think that everybody gets that call. Everybody's going to get that call.
I want a rule put in the NFL where if you embellish it It is a personal foul against you because it's an embarrassment to the league that you can.
I don't
These
think he
players
embellished
these
anything.
referees are too easily influenced by the
I don't
teams on
think.
the side of the fields, by the fucking crowds in the stands, to
I don't think he embellished.
penalties in the Cincinnati and Kansas City game were
I don't.
9-4 Kansas City.
I don't think he embellished anything. I really don't. They showed it from all kinds of angles, and he pushed him. Excuse me, pretty fucking hard. And we do have to remember he had a bum fucking leg, so
You don't get any. You want to be this. You want to be the highest, one of the highest paid quarterbacks, and you want to play. Then play on a bum leg.
I thought he played well.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't play well. I'm just saying he pulled a LeBron James on that call.
I don't think so. I really don't.
You didn't. There was no. Oh, whatever. Oh,
Here's the thing, man. That guy, listen. I want you to hear it because they showed him right after that play. He knew what he did.
I am not saying
so it doesn't matter how hard he fucking hit him. It was gonna get called either fucking way. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever. What I'm saying is that I want there to be a rule where if
you know that's
sell
never
jobs
gonna
for these calls.
That's never going to happen.
It never will happen. I want there to be a rule where if you embellish for these calls, it's a 15-yard penalty against you. And it is a warning against you where if you do it consistently, you're thrown out of the game. You do it for these targeting penalties. Do it for this too.
And I agree with him. It should happen because look at the fucking kicker on the Bengals team in that Ravens game.
Yep, there's another one where kickers are notorious for it, where they will get the slightest bit of contact. They look like they've been shot.
Well, this is the last one.
Around.
The last one, he didn't even get touched, and he fell on his ass. It's like,
yeah,
what are you doing, dude? We saw you in slow motion kick your leg purposely so fucking hard that it picked your other leg up off the ground and knocked you on your ass like a fucking dumbass.
I think
it's a rule that should be put in to prevent those types of things, because a 15-yard penalty is a big difference in the game.
I still think he would have made the field goal either way. I don't think 15 yards would have made it. They're already in field goal range. I think they're on.
They were still out of it.
No, they weren't. They were on the 30.
10 yards out of field goal range at the time.
No, they weren't. They were on the 40. All they had to do was get 5 more yards. Not even.
But they weren't in field goal, and I think that they were going to get field goal range either way. Yes, I will agree with you there. I take more issue with the fact that I felt it was a flop. It was an embellishment. You can't change my mind. I'm going to keep going back to it.
How can you? Okay, so you get pushed from behind. How can you? Here's why I say it's not. He was pushed from behind. How do you flop that? You can't. If he's seen him coming and then did it, sure. But I don't think he didn't see it coming.
The other thing we've seen a lot with quarterbacks is they will literally snap their heads back like they got their helmet ripped off on the slightest bit of brush contact. That's an embellishment too.
I agree with you on that shit, but what happened in that moment was not embellishment.
I felt it was. And I think all these leagues need to have that ruling.
It's never going to happen.
It will never happen in the NFL. It's sure as hell never happen in the NBA.
It is they do have it in the NBA.
Yeah, but it's after the fact. It's not in game.
What?
It doesn't take it's not an in-game call. It's after.
Yeah, it is. They go and
It's a fine
review
after
it.
game with
They go
nothing.
but they yes, it is, Tim. They review it, and I'm talking about the leg when they shoot and then try to get that call by kicking their leg out. That is a technical foul now in the NBA.
Mm.
I seen it called the other day.
Yeah, but the only way they review for it is if
They do call flops in the NBA. I see it all the time.
I almost never see it on the guys
Lakers.
who are the worst at it.
They did it the
LeBron
other.
James is horrible at it.
I watched the other day. Well, LeBron James does shit just because he thinks he can get away with it. It's getting to the point where nobody gives a shit about LeBron James anymore. He's just another fucking player.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for him, really.
So the thing is, there was a call. They do it in college for sure.
Yeah.
They take that shoulder and then they go. You know what I'm talking about. They're driving to the bucket and they back him down and then he drives that shoulder and the guy goes like this.
Yeah.
If they call it. They'll call flop on that. They'll call flop on that in the NBA too. I've seen it.
Yeah, but they don't call it anywhere near enough, though.
No, but they do call it. I have seen it. What was it, 23-20? 23-20 was the final of that game. Yeah.
Yeah. 23-20 was the final.
Yep. So the Bengals and the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
Eagles and the Chiefs.
The Eagles and the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
Don't ever do that again.
You'll be all right. Sorry. I had Bengals and Chiefs on the brain. Eagles and Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Right now, the Eagles are a 1.5.
Yeah, the underdog.
No,
they opened at 2. I haven't seen the line since.
The Chiefs are pretty good, man. The Eagles better be careful because
Mahomes can get tricky at times.
Yeah.
Here's why I say that. The Chiefs didn't have any receivers.
No.
And they still won that game. Imagine, and Patrick Mahomes was not healthy in that game.
What I can say about Patrick,
Travis Kelce was not healthy in that game. They still won.
Mm-hmm.
So if I am the Eagles, I would. This is why they're only a 2-point favorite because they had two receivers in that game.
Excuse me.
And one of them, and that one got hurt. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who was the overpaid receiver, making $11 million, Mr. Drop the Ball all the time.
Yeah.
Had a pretty damn.
Oh, I thought that was Juju Smith-Schuster.
He was hurt.
Yeah, he was.
that dude was always hurt.
True enough.
I'm telling you right now, I really think the Chiefs are winning. Right now.
Well, I didn't think the Eagles was going to the Super Bowl.
What did I tell you last year? I said next year would be their year.
No, you said 2 years.
Yeah. I said they will get to the Super Bowl this year. They'd be better next year. I think they're right where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But the NFC is really not that good. Name me a team in the NFC that could compete with them.
Compete with who?
The Eagles.
Talent-wise?
Dallas can compete with Eagles.
I was about to go to Dallas.
Weren't they? They were going through injuries in that game too.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, talent-wise, Dallas had them.
Yeah, but Dallas didn't have Dak either.
Yeah. No, I'm saying everyone's healthy on both teams. Dallas can match up with them talent-wise in the NFC.
I think if Dallas would have been in that game, that's probably the only team that really worried me if I was an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I agree.
However, other than that, name me another team.
Maybe the Vikings on a good day.
No.
Maybe.
No, even on a good day, Vikings don't stand a chance.
Only way the Vikings stand a chance is if the Vikings are at home. I didn't see.
And they're playing against each other.
Yeah.
The Vikings are
No, I'm
playing.
saying the
So
Vikings have
what
home
I'm
field.
saying is, if the Vikings are playing the Vikings, and even then, I don't even think they'd win.
Now they tie.
So there's that. The NFC is really porous this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady. Look at you. You look at that team. That team
Was 8-9. Made
was
the playoffs.
8-9, but they have as much talent, if not more talent, than the Eagles do.
They just need a better quarterback.
They've got the better quarterback. They've got the better running back. They got the better receiving core. They got the better offensive. Well, not that's where they.
That's what. Yeah.
That's where he got.
Better defensive backfield. They have the better linebacking core. Sean, I'm not shitting on the Eagles. They're where they are because the NFC is not very good. The AFC, I'm glad the Bengals aren't there, but I think this year, if the Bengals played the Eagles, I think the Eagles lose. I don't think the Eagles are winning right now. With what I've seen with the Chiefs and them not having their full complement of players, that should worry Eagles fans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only worried because Patrick Mahomes, he could get through. He could get out of dodge through a defense. That I could say about him.
Well, here's the thing. He just beat one of the better AFC teams on one leg and with no receivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I just hope that the Eagles could take advantage of that.
I don't know how they're going to when they're going to be.
I don't think Jalen
healthy.
Hurts is completely healthy either with the shoulder injury.
He's fine. You look pretty healthy to me on Sunday.
Fake it till you make it.
I'm not gonna put anything on if the Eagles lose. It was because Jalen Hurts was hurt, because I don't think that's true.
No, I won't say that either.
If the Eagles win, I will say it's because the Chiefs are fighting injuries, because they truly are.
They are.
Best player is hurt. They're missing half their receiving core. Their second best player on that team, Travis Kelce, is fighting a quad injury.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Lane Jones. Oh wait, I can't even pronounce his name.
Lane Johnson.
He's battling a groin injury and he's on the field.
Everybody's battling.
End of the year, every team is
this late in the season, Ray Sean.
So
everyone's got something.
And I hear what you're saying, Ray Sean. I hear what you're saying,
though, right?
Huh?
His groin's bigger.
I'm not going anywhere near that one.
Here's the thing: you are not wrong that he is fighting an injury, but everybody's going through this nicks and bumps. A high ankle sprain. How I will say this: how Patrick Mahomes got through that game, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds painful. But
because a lot of teams, you're out for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, usually.
Wasn't what's his name? Fucking Green Bay quarterback. He was dealing with a foot injury, like last season, I believe.
He's been dealing with a hand. He's been dealing with ribs. He's been dealing with an ankle. He's been dealing with a collarbone. Yes.
Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why I couldn't get his name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Last season he had a small fracture in his foot.
Yeah, I remember that.
This year he had a broken thumb
and still won an MVP.
Oof.
All
I'm saying, like, this is the game, like, going into the playoffs or whatever. I wanted Kansas City to go against the Eagles. In fact, I wanted the Eagles to get into the Super Bowl, and I was in the playoffs thinking, like, I don't think the Eagles is making it. After they defeated the Cowboys, I was like, okay, we going to the Super Bowl. Because that was the only threat.
There is one more thing that I want to talk about with this Super Bowl, and I think y'all know where I'm going with this.
The halftime show?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the two quarterbacks in this game.
Oh my god!
It's true.
Can we skip that? Can we skip this?
No, it needs to be talked about because
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Jackson Mahomes.
I really don't care.
No, what the two first Black African
That's great.
American?
That's great. But
Woohoo!
we have to focus. See, this is the problem with society today.
Thank you.
Do we have to just focus on that? I mean, there's other things going on. Andy Reid coached both of these teams at one point, right?
Yeah.
Um, brother versus brother.
It's a better
Um,
story.
I mean, there's more to this than just Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts.
And
Why,
it
it can't,
isn't.
why the story can be like
I
two
don't think
20-year-old
either of them
quarterbacks?
two are going to be the MVP of this game. I think if the Eagles win, it is going to be the running game.
Yeah,
That is,
Boston Scott,
they have to keep Kansas City's offense
Miles
off the
Sanders.
field. And to be honest with you, I think Travis Kelce on the Kansas City Chiefs should have won it the year that they won the Super Bowl, not Patrick Mahomes, because he didn't have that great of a game. He had an okay game, but it wasn't great.
Oh, but part of it is
I know why they do it. I know why they do it. I don't
the
care.
league is quarterback.
I know why they do
it.
I know why they do it. I just don't think that should be the reason.
Mm-hmm.
I would even go so far as to say as somebody on Philadelphia's defense will win the MVP.
Last time.
Okay, so Aaron, I'm talking. Yes, there's been black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl before.
Donovan McNabb.
This is the first time two quarterbacks on each team starting. You didn't hear anything we said. They're the first two black quarterbacks
to face
to
each other
start in a Super Bowl. So each team has a starting quarterback who is black. That's the first time that is ever happening. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want them to just focus on that one storyline because I don't fucking care. It's not just about fucking Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. There's other things going on.
There's 10 other players on each. 10 other players on the offense are playing too.
Oh, it's 11.
Exactly.
Oh,
Correct.
11 guys on each side.
I got you 10. I got you 10.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Aunt Ronnie sent that to you. Heather?
I don't think.
So I know she's 4.
What about that? I don't know what position he played on the Eagles. I forgot.
Yep, I don't know
Stahl?
either. Which one? What?
Mr. Stahl, the guy that's being indicted.
Oh, he's a lineman.
Lineman?
Offensive lineman. He only played like one time this season. He only played like once this season, I think.
Who?
I think so.
Offensive lineman for the Eagles is being indicted on charges, rape and kidnapping charges, I believe.
Yes.
What is his name?
Jack Stahl. I think it's Jack Stahl.
It's in the chat. Let me look. Give me a sec.
I think it's Stahl. Jack Stoll. Maybe I'm saying the name wrong.
Josh Sills.
Oh, Sills?
Josh Sills. He's being indicted on, as I said, rape and kidnapping charges. And it's the things are held for. I think it's like either 4 days after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he go to court like about 4 to 5 days after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's 4 days after the Super Bowl. NFL will probably come out with a suspension for him, and he's not going to make any real difference in the game, really.
No, because he wasn't playing. That's why I can't even
Yeah.
think about who the
Yeah.
motherfucker was.
Hey, yeah, no. So that gift, I disagree.
Yeah.
The NFL did not do that to the Bengals. The Bengals did that to themselves.
This is the first time it actually played for me. It didn't play for me the other day when you sent it.
Um. Oh, one more thing. The Sean Payton thing.
Yeah.
Somebody raised a very good point. How many Super Bowls did Sean Payton win?
Not many.
Won one, right?
Yeah, I think it's
One.
one.
He was a Super Bowl.
How many NFC Championship games did he make it to?
That's not 5 or 6.
At least that I can think of off the top of my head, at least 3 or 4.
I just realized those was flags.
Let me see.
Oh my god.
Just give me a second, because I'm gonna.
That was too good. Whether it's true or not, that was just, oh my god.
So he's been there 3 times, winning once, went to the Super Bowl one time, won the Super
Yeah.
Bowl once. Mike
And you can make the
McCarthy,
argument that he should
hold
have
on,
made.
stop. Mike McCarthy went to the Super Bowl one time, won it, and went to the NFC title game 4 times. They consider Mike McCarthy to be overrated, yet we have a fucking Denver Broncos team giving up their future draft capital for one guy who's only been to the Super Bowl once.
They've given up their draft
Only
capital.
been in the playoffs 6 times, 7 times. I think Mike McCarthy went to the playoffs I think he missed the playoffs twice in his 3 times in his
Something like
entire
that.
coaching career in Green Bay. And he coached there for 14 years. He's the winningest coach in Green Bay history. But yet, everybody thinks that Sean Payton is the end all be all of coaches. Somebody explain that to me.
Well,
Just because you went to the Super Bowl once doesn't make you like such a big shot.
that's where the program's going.
Because the fucking Denver Broncos just traded their draft capital.
They have so much draft capital tied up in both.
But you're giving. The Broncos suck.
They basically have their entire team's future tied up in Sean Payton and Russell Wilson.
They traded away their entire future, whether it be a need here, a need there, or an impact player here, an impact player there, for a quarterback that I don't think is as big as everybody thinks he is, and a coach that I don't think is as good as everybody thinks he is. If that's the case, Mike McCarthy is worth more draft capital than Sean Payton is. Sean Payton isn't as successful as Mike McCarthy is.
Not to mention, didn't Payton fucking retire?
He did.
When Brady left?
John Gruden. So did John Gruden, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had to give up I think they had to give up a second and a third round pick to the Raiders. And then he ends up getting fired 2 years later. I just don't understand why you want to trade.
Bad investment.
You can make the argument that the Saints should have made one more Super Bowl, if not for that atrocious non-call.
Oh my god!
The other Rams made the Super Bowl. You can make the argument.
Well, I can make the argument that I took 3 shits.
I did.
One of them I just sat on the toilet and farted.
I'm just saying to make the argument that they should have.
I'm just saying I get what you're saying, but fucking wham.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy made it to the NFC Championship 4 times.
And the only reason why the Broncos had to trade for him was since he still had time left on his contract with the Saints.
Oh, God.
They held the rights to him.
I know the Saints have the rights to him. I just would, if I'm a team, I'm not giving up my fucking draft. I'm not giving up a first round pick for a coach. Ever.
Right.
Ever.
I'd
rather have draft capital. I'd rather have those picks than go out and get a guy that fucking knows how to coach. There's more than Sean Payton out there. There are some guys out there that can coach.
Patriots did that. They gave up a first-round pick for Belichick years ago.
You're stupid. Who's stupid? I still, to this day, I don't know why teams do that shit. How far did it set back the fucking Jets?
No, the Patriots traded one first round. It's not as absurd as it is nowadays. Like nowadays, it's like a first, 2 seconds, and a third. Nowadays, you're trading.
I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade any picks for a coach.
Yeah.
I don't see the value in that. I really don't.
Maybe a fourth enough.
I wouldn't trade a 7th round pick for a coach. Ever. I don't care how fucking good he is. I can get the players around him, and I can get a guy that can coach a fucking team. I know it seems to be difficult to coach today.
It really isn't. Get decent coordinators.
It really isn't that fucking hard if you get fucking players around you that want to fucking be there. Why do you think Bill Belichick is so successful? It's not because, yes, he's a great coach, but he gets players that want to fucking play. That's why New England is so successful. Or was. Not just because of Tom fucking Brady. Tom Brady never won all of those Super Bowls. If he didn't have the fucking defenses that he had, they probably would have maybe 2 Super Bowl wins. And I will argue that till the day I die. Tampa Bay, when they won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, sure as the fuck wasn't because Tom Brady was a fucking quarterback. It was because that defense was fucking relentless. Had nothing to do with it. Tom Brady did not deserve the MVP that game.
I'm of the mindset that
anybody fucking deserved the MVP. It was Leonard Fournette.
Offensively, yes.
No, period. Because if it wasn't for him, I still don't think they would have won. People they put too much value into one fucking guy.
And it's usually the quarterback.
Well, in this case, it's the coach. And I don't understand why.
Oh, that's in this debate,
not playing nothing.
Mike McCarthy? Actually, I will say this right now. Dak Prescott looks better under Mike McCarthy
than he did
under Jason Garrett.
I don't even know how I remember that.
That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, what's the matter? So I don't have anything. You guys want to talk about something? Throw something
I'm good.
In your head? Okay, I gotta go check on Wendy.
We got an hour and a half before Horny Goat gets going, and I don't even know what we're doing tonight. So
Can't plug it.
So
Well, I'm gonna need to open up the PlayStation and download a game if we're gonna be playing something. I know what we got already.
That is true.
It usually helps.
Oh yeah, I don't have anything else.
Okay. We'll talk. Probably take the week off again because it's the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
It's flag football.
The best
And
Literally all
then
the time.
the best
we'll
part
be
of
back the
the
following
NFL
week
season.
after to talk Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We should know who's playing and who isn't.
We already did. Oh, you mean actual players? Okay.
Yeah, we should have an idea as to the
I know it's 2 to 3 people that's injured on the Eagles. They
Yeah,
should.
there's 2 weeks in between, so
Yeah.
there's
that's
going to be
true.
there's going to be injuries, but a lot of those guys that were doubtful are probably going to be what's the word I'm looking probable or maybe
they
on
took
the
out the
good
probable
side
designation.
Questionable.
of questionable.
Yeah. They'll be on the positive side of doubtful, yeah.
No, positive side of questionable. The positive side of that's the negative side of questionable. The negative side of questionable is they're probably not playing.
No, there is no
Are.
questionable whatever, we're not gonna argue this.
There's probable, doubtful, and questionable, and then not injured.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll know more toward getting closer to that week, and then we'll
Mm-hmm.
and then that we will be streaming it.
All right.
I'm going to do it with extra calories. I've never watched
Always fun.
I don't think you understand what I mean.
No, he does fully understand.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
I've never watched a football game on extra calories.
I know exactly what you mean.
So you
I'm
are
lost.
all welcome to join us for that. I will have the Discord open in the same Discord that we have now. You are all welcome to join us as we watch Super Bowl 57 in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Everybody have a great night. Stay safe and be well.
Night, y'all.
Hey.
And remember, go check out the Horny Goat later on tonight as we have group game night tonight.
Yay.